Hey YouTube family, it's Daughter of the Most High. God gave me a dream Tuesday morning just before waking, and there's a message to this dream. I don't recall my dreams unless they're God dreams, 9% of the time. So this dream stayed with me, plus it was very strange, so I'll tell you about it in a minute. So there's a message from God, and he had actually given me a dream on, here it is, 4 days prior. So that one I'm not going to share. So this is unusual for me to have 2 dreams in a week. So God is speaking to me. I'm going to share the dream from Tuesday morning. So in the dream, I was in a hurry. And in the dream, I had 2 infant daughters. And they were not twins, but I had 2 infant daughters. And that was not strange in the dream to have 2 infant daughters that aren't twins. So I was in a flurry. I was at home, like hurrying, and like forgot to check on my daughters. And I go to check on my daughters, and they both have really dirty diapers on. And that's not the kind of mother I am or was. When my kids were little and they're in their 20s, I was a very hands-on, devoted mother and didn't let them sit in dirty diapers. But in the dream, this is what I had done. So there's a message here. So I decide to change. One was just urine and the other one was a poopy diaper. So I decided to change the poopy diaper because I didn't want her skin to break down. And they had been in these for a little while. And so what I did is I put her infant daughter in the big people's tub in one of those baby rings that you put a child in when they're like, they can sit up. So like maybe 7 or 8 months old or, and so here I am like rushing her for her age. She's an infant and I'm putting her in the baby ring in the tub. Then I go back to the other daughter to get her cleaned up and I realize I'm taking too long and I decide to run back to the bathroom. And as I'm running back to the bathroom to check on that one, I'm saying to myself, I'm going to find her under the water. So sure enough, I run into the bathroom, and because she's too young for a baby ring, she's under the water unconscious. So as I'm panicking and picking her up out of the water, instantly I have an assurance from God that she's going to be fine. And I mean, it was ironclad, 100% assured that she was going to be fine. So I stopped worrying and or panicking, I should say, and I just began helping her. And then that's when I woke up and I have 2 dogs, my 2 Westies, that sleep on my bed. Our bigger dog, Deanie, does not, but the 2 Westies do. And one of them was actually, she's had a little bit of an issue with stomach acid, and so she'll throw up a little bit of that yellowy, foamy stomach acid, and she was doing that on my bed. And so I quick jumped up and got her off the bed and, moved her to a place where I didn't want her to throw up on my bed. So, So as I look for the dream symbolism, and when you have a dream and you know it's from God and you know He's giving you a message, the message to me in the dream is, first of all, I'm too busy. In the dream, I basically forgot to check on my 2 infant daughters. Then I'm careless, putting her in a bathtub ring, and she's an infant. You don't do that. But when you're in a hurry and being ridiculous because you're in a hurry and you want things to move faster than they are, that's why I put her in the baby ring. I mean, it's like shocking that anyone would do that, but that's what I did in the dream. Then I left her alone in the tub, and she's an infant, and she slid down, and so I'm helping cleaning up the other daughter. And so the whole message is just me being too busy and getting careless with things. And it needs to change. So that message is clear. That message is clear. And sorry, I'm getting texts as I'm making this. John, it's you. You're texting me. So, which is fine. But so I asked God, I said, God, I understand this dream, and I realize you're warning me. It's time to slow down. It's time to slow down. But what do the two baby girls represent? That's what I wasn't clear on. And so I looked that up, and I looked up Bible dream symbols, because there's a lot of New Age stuff. You guys know that. And sometimes even the New Age symbols are similar to the biblical ones. It's just based in New Age and that sort of thing. But anyway, this is biblical. And so the first, it says, under baby, it says new ministry or responsibility that has recently been birthed. New beginning, new idea, dependent, helpless, innocent, and sin. So for me, I don't have a new ministry or responsibility. Well, the only ministry I've had in the past 4 years, I've shared on my channel a number of times, is that the Lord put it on my heart. First, He showed me that I cannot remarry. Well, I can if I want to be an adulterer and end up in hell. So I choose not to, and I want to walk the narrow path, and I don't want to be in sin, and I don't want to end up in hell. So that was 4.5 years ago when my daughter graduated from high school, and I thought, okay, I've been mom forever. It's now my time, to move forward in that way. And so when God showed me that for me to remarry would be adultery, that's been my ministry. That, the narrow path, walking in obedience, has been my ministry. Then I've been warning people about this guy and not to get that. And so that's been my ministry. So new ministry or responsibility that has recently been birthed. I don't have a new ministry, but if new in God's eyes is the past 4 years, and I've been following through with that. That's why I lost all my friends on Facebook. I've made new friends that are actually on the narrow path, but I shared that over 100, and then I lose friends on Facebook. And then when people subscribe to my channel, and then I address adulterous marriages in the church, they will unsubscribe. They don't want to hear it. And so it's like, if it really wasn't a big deal, you wouldn't unsubscribe over that point, because it would just be a point that we differ on. It's like differing, on another point, but because that gets under their skin, they leave my channel and they leave my Facebook, because that one, it ruffles their feathers. You know why? Because God's convicting them. That's why. It says new beginning. Now I am going to be in a new beginning very soon. I'm going to make some changes coming up, and I'm excited about that. And so I am turning 62 in January, and I want to change from full-time employment to part-time employment and really step down, step back, take a break, breathe. And, this past year has been super busy for me, and the Lord put it on my heart to move to a rural area, and I did that. And then I've had some fun buying things for that little house, and so I've done some of that. And in buying some things for that house, I've also picked up some things that I just want for when I'm working less. And one of those things I actually got a couple weeks ago, probably 3 weeks ago, is now I forgot which brand I bought, but one of those electric pianos. And it's actually a nice one. And this woman that lives fairly near me, they had somebody in their family, one of their kids was playing it, and then that kid was no longer playing the piano but moved to another instrument. So she just said, we don't need it anymore, and it's taking up space. And so I got it for like less than a third of what they paid for it. And I actually bought a book online of songs. And I got that probably about a week ago, and it's like the one key, that's me, because I don't know how to play the piano. Um, and I was playing a couple nights ago, What a Beautiful Name It Is, and just one key. So yeah, so that's pretty fun for me. And I had heard on somebody's video, I don't remember whose, that worship is so, everything's like heightened. Everything's heightened. Worship. And the person had said that the Lord had said to them to step up your worship. And if you can play or sing just any kind of like instrument and sing with like my terrible voice, I don't have a good speaking voice, I don't have a good singing voice, but you just raise your voice up. And I thought, okay, I'll never be the big fancy piano player unless the Lord imparts that to me, but I can sure play one key at a time and have some fun in worship that way. So while I've always been interested in the piano, I actually went ahead and bought this electric piano because of that, because that will heighten my worship. And it's a way to worship. And so I have my little song book, one key, one little piano key at a time, but it works for me. So I was playing What a Beautiful Name the other day. So that's really cool. So the insight that I actually want from you is now the hurried part is understandable. It's actually the babies and babies in the tub, and just kind of that whole message there is like, okay, God, what exactly are you saying to me there? And I don't feel like I've been negligent regarding like any kind of ministry, because I've been doing what he showed me 4 years ago. I've been doing it. I've lost over 100 people in my life because of it. And so I'm not sure exactly what it all means and where I might be missing something or being negligent. So if you have any insight for me, please share it. That's the dream the Lord gave me. The other dream that God gave me 4 days prior to that was also about me being careless and negligent. Just too busy, run, doing everything in a hurry, that kind of thing. And so I know that's very clear that I need to make that change, and I'm very ready to. So anyway, that's all I have for you today, fam. If you have any insights for me, please share. Bless you.